Hey everybody, welcome to the channel. So today, thanks to our friends, we've got a trailer load of industrial shelving and we're going to put it in the barn. All right, so let's get this untied. So the plan is to put one 4-foot wide shelf between the excavator and the bulldozer, and a second between the bulldozer and this bay, which I'll have to move the International out of here and put my Coyote over there. And now that we've got all the stuff out of the barn, I go ahead and use the backfill blade on my excavator to make this level and grade it out. Pretty darn close. It's only 8 foot, but that'll be close enough for the shelves. Since our barn floor is made out of asphalt millings, I went ahead and used these concrete patio pavers just for bases underneath each of the legs of this shelf. These shelf supports are 8 foot long, and I could have used a tape measure, but I just threw one of them down to see where these legs are going to go. These forks on the front of my little John Deere 1025R are just the handiest thing in the world. And I'll tell you what, with the dual tires, I don't have to worry about flipping it over carrying something heavy. Our friends work for a company that's switching warehouses, and in their new warehouse they're getting pretty much all new stuff, and they didn't have any use for these industrial shelves. So they called us because it was more than they could haul on their trailer. So we went and helped them load it, and for helping them load it, we got a trailer full of shelving too.
That's pretty nice.
Yeah, I was going to get the mallet.
And it just slid right on.
Yep.
Yep, you're right.
This is the right one. Okay, can you help
Yeah,
that?
I got these two.
Okay, well, I didn't even need the mallet. I guess the mallet's good for taking them apart.
Yeah.
Maggie and I spent the day putting these shelves together, and it kind of reminded me a lot of when I was a kid and had an erector set. This stuff goes together pretty easy, and it can hold a bunch of weight. Okay, you'll have to scoot forward. Here, just grab the things.
There we go. Now.
Okay, now we'll get to level.
Yeah. Easier than I thought it was going to be.
Oh, yeah. So it has to go down right here, right?
Or
Yeah.
just shove some stuff under that, so it doesn't matter either way. Yeah. You're close to dead on right there.
Okay.
And so just dig that one out just a little bit more than that one. And yeah.
Okay. Let me back up.
Pretty much a 90 degree there. That's what I'm thinking right there.
Okay.
Alright, now lower it down. Let me see where we are. This way. And low. We're still trying to get high.
We spent a little time getting these concrete patio pavers exactly where we want them to be. But I think over the life of these shelves, having the solid base that's level is going to be priceless, even on free shelves.
I need about a half inch.
Level? Cool. All right, now I've got to do the match the other side. That's dead nuts on, I think.
Yeah.
Perfect.
That's close enough.
All right. So there's our first unit. Ha! And it's squared up and level. Awesome. These shelves use 2x4s in between the rails to actually make the shelf itself. And then they did have this 1/2-inch OSB over the top of it. But we got this pallet full of 2x4s, and what I found out was apparently they had another set of shelves that had a narrower footprint, because I had a whole bunch of 2x4s in this thing that didn't fit between those rails. We struggled with these top rails on both sets of these shelves, and I think it might have had something to do just with the fact that it was 10 foot in the air.
Out just a little and slam it. There you go, yeah, like that. Push that out with your left hand and then slam it back in. There you go. Now, does it need to go up or down to cut some holes up?
There.
Seems right.
Okay. That's the same as.
Put the level on it. There you go.
Looks good enough.
Yep.
Okay, that was easy.
Okay.
There's 10. Got her? Okay, I'm gonna tap mine in. Gonna hit it?
Be where it's supposed to be.
Oh.
I was just looking at the bolt hole that's up there.
Perfect.
I was saying there's nothing to move.
Okay, this one is assembled other than putting shells on it.
Right here on, set these level already.
Yeah.
I'm fine again. Oh, it's perfect. Not usually that good.
Well, it was so close to begin with. Okay, well, about right there.
Okay. Approximately right there. Is that about?
Yeah. Okay, come hold this number.
Okay. Yeah, I'm like guessing it might be up one barrel, it might be exactly the same. I don't know which. Okay, you better put a block right here first. There we go. That's a little better.
Hit it with that mount. Or you got it. Has to move that way.
That's what I was just thinking, that we had to go. Maybe a little
Okay,
bit.
I think just a hair more, but we got to move the blocks.
That's pretty close right there.
Where'd my mallet go?
Where do you, oh, right out there where you left it.
Okay, don't, this will fall out.
I will not let it fall out. That one's in. This one.
Yep, perfect.
Back up, 'cause I got the other one.
Good. Perfect. Okay, now we got to build a floor so we can get to the roof.
Back about half an inch.
Okay. You want to lift it, do your thing, and I'll make more tap. Okay, now 1/2 inch. Perfect.
Yep.
Okay. I like it.
And wow, we improved the level. So
Well,
you're
of
good.
course. I graded this floor.
Of course you did.
Okay, this one here was put on the outside.
Okay. Lift it over your head.
Yeah. Sorry, I was messing with the camera.
Okay. Fine. You have to tell me.
Okay. Okay, how many did we go? 2 down.
Down. I think I'm in.
Okay, I'm almost in.
Oh, can you get this up?
Wow, that's twisted bad.
Come get this end in, because I think it's good. Just hit it.
Does it hit it? Oh, yeah.
No, okay, it's starting to go. Get out of the way. And this one's not in. Might want to put a bolt through that one.
See this bend?
Mm-hmm.
There's one of these is dented.
see
That's
it.
got a twist in the whole thing.
Yeah.
Woo!
right.
But there it is. All right, well, now that we've got the frames up, I'll just start putting these 2x4s in, see how far we can get. The company we got these from was using these with a 2x4 about every probably a foot, foot and a half, something like that, and then this 1/2-inch OSB over the top. And that definitely worked. They had some heavy stuff on there, but I wanted to go ahead and make a solid shelf out of 2x, so that's what we did. On the very top shelf, I did space the boards out, and that's just because I don't envision putting anything near as heavy on the very top of that. First of all, 10 foot up, it's pretty hard to get something up there, and definitely it ain't going to be as heavy as the stuff that's going to be on these lower shelves. All right, I've got 2 of the 6 shelves done. That still leaves 4 shelves. So I've got a bunch of this material here that was left over from building this building and actually our house. And a lot of that, it's all 2x stuff, but there's some 2x4s or some 2x6s, and I think there's even a 2x8 in there. So I haven't done anything with this stuff in over a year, so let's cut it up and put it on these shelves. I almost deleted this scene out, but I'll tell you what, check out that John Deere emblem up against that American flag and tell me that don't look good. Ha! I love it. So the scene stays. A lot of this OSB had 2x4 screwed to it, and we wanted to reuse the 2x4s, and we couldn't really use the OSB with it already having stuff screwed to it. I sorted through this pile and got all of the 2x4 separated from the OSB, and to do that, I ended up with a whole bunch of drywall screws that came out of this stuff. And I'll tell you what, that little magnetic bowl from Harbor Freight, it was a lifesaver because this is my driveway. And I'll tell you what, you don't want to drop one of those deck screws in your driveway. You will find it again in a tire. Even though we've got solid shelves on these bottom two shelves on each unit, we went ahead and put this OSB on top just to kind of protect it. This turned into an ultimate recycle, reuse, reduce project. We even used every bit of those deck screws.
Okay. Where you want it?
Yeah.
I think your ladder's in the way a little bit. There you go. I need an orange hammer.
I am very comfortable working at heights and have done it pretty much my whole career. But I'll tell you what, working on this 10-foot tall shelf, it was pretty sketchy.
This is your top shelf layer. It's all of it.
I did. Block where you can't get out.
Oh yeah, that'd be a bad plan.
Well, that middle one was in there, and it was like just the wrong place. If Maggie thought this seemed sketchy, she never said a word.
Just guessing about how far to put them. That's about right, don't you think?
Yeah, I think that's good enough.
Good enough? Okay.
This was late in the day, and we were both getting pretty tired by now, and this was absolutely the sketchiest thing we did. I couldn't come up with a better way to get that piece of plywood 10 feet in the air than to use my tractor with the bucket on it and to kind of just raise it up. Now, the reason the forks have that big plate on the backside is to keep the load from sliding down and hitting the driver. Well, bucket, you don't have that. So I was just being extremely careful on the controls to make sure I didn't overbalance that piece of plywood and have it come down to meet me.
Some of these screws are acrylic used.
Yeah, they were reused. It's all free. Complete free project. Oops. That's why I think we should put screws in them, because they're...
Yeah, because they move, but I think we only have to do one side.
Okay.
They shouldn't be able to move. If one side can't move, the other side can.
There's one right here.
Yeah, we'll use that screw here. Do you have an idea of where it's at? Okay.
Go the other side. Yeah, just go the other side.
Okay, keep coming toward me.
Yeah, that'll work. All right, and we are done with our shelves, and I still have this trailer load of 1/2-inch OSB. So tomorrow I will line this shelf with OSB, and other than that, there are 2 new shelves, and they're all lined with OSB, and they are solid wood underneath, except for that top shelf, which just has stringers. But I'm sure it'll be heavy enough to hold what I'm going to put on it. Thanks a lot for watching. If you got anything out of this video, give us a thumbs up. It absolutely helps the channel. And we invite you to subscribe to see more. Definitely leave your comments. Have a great day and be safe.